Happy President's Day. So I wanted to kind of go through the books that I really love about presidents, the books I'm currently reading, and the books that ideally I would like to read this year, but maybe in the next 2 years or so. But books that I'm excited about right now. So some of my favorite books about the presidents are here. The last book I read by Bob Woodward was last year. It was The Last of the President's Men. And this is, I've read some other books by Bob Woodward, and some I liked, some I didn't. But this one was really good. This was about the aide to President Nixon, and specifically Alexander P. Butterfield's relationship with Nixon. And I really enjoyed this book. I tried reading another book about Nixon, which I didn't get through all the way. I'm going to pick it up again. This one I really, really liked. It was very well written, and is a good portrait of Richard Nixon through the eyes of his aide. Another book that I read that was really fun is Thanks Obama by David Litt. David Litt was President Obama's speechwriter, and this is kind of a fun, silly, maybe not too silly. It's very intelligent, but I like books written by speechwriters because they are very good writers. First of all, they tell very good stories, and this one was really fun to read. I got through this one really quickly. It's kind of a honest look at President Obama and how it is working for him. Another book I really enjoyed. This is a collection of, I guess, speeches by David McCullough, John Meacham, Ron Chernow, Doris Kearns Goodwin, and other authors who have written biographies about national leaders. And this one I really enjoyed. This was a quick read for me. It was I think it's mostly interviews and speeches with these authors about the books that they wrote. And this book got me really excited about actually reading all the books mentioned. I had read some of these books already, but I kind of wanted it got me excited about gathering the others and getting through them because they are very, very interesting. This book I read, I think it was last year. This one I really need to reread. It was very complicated, but this tells the story of the presidents through the eyes of their chiefs of staff. So let's see. I'm just going to go to the index. And so this one, it goes through Richard Nixon's presidency, Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Reagan again, Bush, Clinton, George W. Bush, and Obama. And it talks about their presidencies through the eyes of their chiefs of staff. So I thought that was a very interesting perspective. I don't really like biased books saying one president is horrible or this president is amazing. And I really did enjoy these perspectives. They were a little complicated. I am looking forward to reading this one again, with maybe concentrating a little more on the book. And then I read this book so long ago. I read it in 2016, forever ago, and I really loved it. Absolutely loved it. It is so detailed. I felt like it's just about President Obama's first year in office, and it was almost like a play-by-play analysis of everything. And I do want to reread this book soon, because maybe it's not as good as I remember, but it was really one of the first political science books, presidential books that I read, and I'm looking forward to rereading again. And I got the sequel, written by the same author, to President Obama's presidency. And then this is another one of the first books I read, and this is David McCullough's John Adams biography. This is an amazing book, highly recommended. There's a TV show that is based on this book, and it's wonderful. And this is one of my favorite books to read. It is such an exciting story. This is kind of one of those can't put it down kind of thriller books. And then another really, really great book. This is a book about Lincoln, David Herbert Donald. Again, I read this one so long ago, so it's really time for me to pick this one up again and reread it. And this is just an incredible biography of this president. Two books I'm currently trying to get through, which are taking me a while. Maybe I'm getting kind of lazy. Leadership by Doris Kearns Goodwin. this goes specifically into the presidencies of Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin and Lyndon B. Johnson. Sorry, yeah, Lyndon Johnson, not Lyndon B. Johnson. Yeah, so it goes specifically and it kind of dissects their stories, their leadership challenges, how they became the people that they were. And sometimes I'm really into this book and I'm really enjoying it. Other times I feel like her writing is a little too simple and I get kind of bored. So maybe that's why I haven't been picking this one up. I do need to finish this. Maybe I need to restart it again. I don't know. I'm going to try to get through this book. And I think I'm going to love it if I really focus and just finish it. And then I'm also working on Gordon Wood's Revolutionary Characters. This is about the founders and George Washington. And it also talks about Benjamin Franklin, James Madison. And again, this one, I think I got into the first couple chapters and haven't really been picking it back up again. And I do think I need to just start it over and just get through it. But these books are on my currently reading shelf and they've been on there for a bit. And then some books that I really want to get through. 2 books by Doris Kearns Goodwin, specifically Team of Rivals, I heard is one of the greatest books ever about Abraham Lincoln. And I am really looking forward to this. It's just so big. So that's why I haven't been that enthusiastic about picking it up, because it is so big. And I'm still reading Oppenheimer after 2 months. And I'm only, I don't know, not even halfway done. So, and then the other one is her Lyndon Johnson biography. And I am really interested in Lyndon Johnson. He's a fascinating man. He's very brilliant, so I'd like to know more about him. This is The Center Holds. This is the sequel to The Promise that he wrote after Obama's first year. This is another one I just haven't... I got it a couple of years ago, and I don't know why I didn't pick it up again. Maybe I read too many books on Obama, and I kind of got burned out. But I don't know. I need to pick this up again because the first book was so interesting. And then I also have Robert Caro's The Years of Lyndon Johnson, Means of Ascent. And I know there's another book that he wrote, the first one. This is the sequel. He wrote 3 books. And I'm trying to collect all of them. I have the last one. I just need to find the first one. But I've heard this is an amazing analysis of his presidency. But I'll probably read Doris Goodwin's book first. And then I have 3 books by John Meacham. And this one's on Thomas Jefferson, The Art of Power. And I read a couple other books by him, and I didn't love them, but these ones are his main prize-winning books. So I am looking forward to reading his Thomas Jefferson biography, his Andrew Jackson biography, and his relationship between Franklin and Winston. This is, I think, more of a war book. So we'll see. Maybe not this year for those 3. And then President Obama's biography, or I guess I'm not sure if this is a biography or his political book on, this is one he wrote before he ran for president. I hear people talking about this one all the time and discussing, how important it was to get him elected. So I do want to read it. I just haven't had... I read a lot of books on President Obama, and I guess I haven't really been reading too many books on politics or history recently, so I need to get back into that. And then this other book I got by Clint Hill. This is 5 Presidents. Clint Hill, I think he was a bodyguard or Secret Service. Yeah, he's a special agent in the White House that worked with these 5 presidents. Eisenhower, Kennedy, Johnson, Nixon, and Ford, and he talks about the 5 presidencies and his experience working with these presidents and their families. And I've started reading this book, I think, twice, and I haven't been picking it up. And so I just need to get through it because this is fascinating. It's possible I'm just not a fan of his writing, or maybe I'm not that excited about the stories he's been telling. But I really hope that I can get through this book, or at least if this is going to be a DNF for me, then it's time to get rid of it. But this is one I need to make an effort into finally finishing. So happy President's Day, and thank you for watching.